I cannot control their reading, only my own. Welcome to February's TBR Assemble. Okay, so if you didn't see my January TBR Assemble where I explained all of this, I'll leave a link to it up above, but essentially Thanos is coming in. I need to collect the Avengers and the Infinity Stones and 12 points each month with the books I read to stop him. So let's get into this month's roll. Today's little thing is going to be a Wanda, because WandaVision is still airing. Roll number 1 is a 3, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, space. Right. So that is, she's got help for 2 points. You can't actually see that, but it definitely says she's got help. There you go. So my first book is going to be Slay by Brittany Morris. Now this one is covering for the Book by Valentine's, which I actually forgot to mention. I'm doing Book by Valentine's this month. It's going to be covering the first date prompt for that. It's also going to be covering all of these prompts for the Avengers reading challenge, because this is actually the group book for February. So I cannot wait to get to it and tick off all of these prompts and actually see what all the hype is about, because anything being said to be Ready Player One meets Black Panther is definitely something I want to check out, so I cannot wait to get to this. Roll number 2 is a 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sold. Same as always with fanfiction, I'm not telling you what I'm reading because quite frankly I don't know. I may just end up catching up on fanfic, or I may end up reading something new. I don't know. Either way, I'm gaining 4 points for it, so yay! Roll number 3 is another 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Mind. And that is America's Ass for 2 points. Yeah, I did include that quote about America's ass because I had to. I absolutely had to, because it's America's ass. It's one of my favourite lines of the film and I am unashamed at including it. But the book that is going to be covering Fun Book is Middle Game, and I'm including this because I've heard so many good things about it and it sounds right up my alley, so I do think it's going to be fun in that sense. Also, it's counting for the quality time, gifts and touch prompts for Book by Valentine's, because it does feel quite nice to touch, but at the same time I may swap this out instead for Indexing, also by Shauna Maguire instead, because that is a very fun texture and it also counts for all of the same prompts, so I may swap it out, I may not, but this one is on the priority list for the year, so I should really prioritise this one, but we'll see how things go. Roll 4 is a 2, so 1, 2, Reality. And that is, if I can get it open, Beast, a Beauty and the Beast retelling. For Beauty and the Beast, I'm reading A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer, which is the final one in the Cursebreaker series, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And I am very, very excited. This isn't actually covering any prompts that I know of, but obviously if that changes, I will obviously let you know. But at the moment, this is covering no prompts further than my own for Beast. But I'm still very, very excited. I've enjoyed this series so much so far. I'm very excited to see how it ends. Roll number 5 is a 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, Time. And that is Black Widow again, so an ebook. So for my ebook, I'm going to be going for the Young Avengers comics. I have 3 of these. Obviously, I'm only going to be counting one of them, but it depends on which one I read first, essentially. And then also I'm going to include Family Matters as well on this, because it's also another one that I do need to read. It's all part of the Young Avengers. Wiccan and Speed are here. I'm very excited to see them grow up and all the rest of it in the show. No spoilers, but Wiccan and Speed are confirmed to be turning up, so I'm not counting that as a spoiler. And once their powers start, I will be reading this, or when they turn up. Again, no spoilers, but when they turn up, when they grow up, depending on what happens first, I will be reading Young Avengers, and I cannot wait. Like I said though, I'm only going to count 1 ebook, so I'm only getting 1 set of the points. I'm just saying this all in one go because it's easier. And it's also counting for a couple of prompts as well for Book by Valentine's, those being Skip a Beat, My Sunshine and Long Term Relationship. Now obviously that is not the end of my TBR, because naturally I've also added several more comics onto this list. A, because I expect things to happen in WandaVision that I'm going to want to read stuff for, and also I'm trying to continue on with a couple of series, so when my birthday rolls around next month, I can then go and buy a few more as well as birthday presents for myself, so I can continue further onto that series. So let's get into it. So the first book I've got to mention is The Children's Crusade, and this one is all about Wiccan and Speed trying to find their mother, because their mother, Wanda, has gone missing. They've never really known her, and Wiccan is starting to get powers very much like hers, so they end up teaming with their grandfather, Eric, aka Magneto, to try and find her. And this is going to be covering one last prompt for the book Red Valentines, and that is Love Song, because the song Red is one of my all-time favourite songs. It's a McFly song. I highly recommend you go and check it out, and one of the lyrics is, he looked into her eyes and the colour was red, and to me that is Wanda, because obviously Wanda's eyes glow red whenever she is really powering up, and also she is the Scarlet Witch, so Scarlet Red kind of thing. I'm just trying to push as many Scarlet Witch things into every TBR I possibly can while WandaVision's on. Can you tell? I'm also adding Miles Morales Volume 3 to this list as well. This one's by Saladin Ahmed, and I really enjoyed this series. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I'm loving the exploration between Miles and his family, and Miles being Spider-Man and everything else. I've absolutely loved it so far, and I cannot wait to continue. I'm also going to add Grant Morrison's X-Men Volume 3 onto this list as well, because like I said, I do want to carry on reading this series and make more headway into this series, so I do want to carry on reading that one. I also like there's actually another comic on this list that does actually cover a couple of other prompts for the book Red Valentines, and this is The Rise of the Black Panther, and this one is for Black Future Month, long distance, and also commitment issues, so I cannot wait. I really have not read enough Black Panther comics. I keep on buying them and I keep on not reading them because I keep on stupidly waiting for the new film to come out, and I've got enough to last me until the new film comes out. And I can also read them again when the film comes out. So I'm going to just try to break that thing and read Black Panther, because I just really want to read more Black Panther, quite frankly. I watched Civil War recently, and Infinity War and Endgame, and it just made me really miss T'Challa and the world of Wakanda, so I'm going to start reading more Black Panther. And finally, I'm going to be reading Alana, which is the first book in the Song of the Lioness series by Tamora Pierce, and this is for a read-along, which I'll leave the links to down below so you can check it out, along with everything else I have just mentioned as well in terms of reading challenges, read-alongs and all the rest of it. And I'm very excited. I did promise myself that I was going to read my Tamora Pierce books this year, and this one I'm borrowing from the library because I don't own this book. But this is a specific read-along. This is also the first books ever published in the Tort House series, if I remember rightly, so there's no better place to start. Also, it's the only books I can really borrow from my library, so I may as well, because they're at my library, I'd like to support it even through the pandemic, and this is also very safe because it's the ebook version, so I do also want to read Alana and start on the Tamora Pierce books. And that's actually everything I want to read. It's quite a lot, but I think I can do it. Fingers crossed. If I read quick, I mean, all of the books that I have just mentioned I am really excited for, and quite a few of them are by authors I trust, so I should be fine. Fingers crossed. Hoping the power of just loving all of these authors is going to save me here, and the fact that there's a couple of shorter books on here as well, so I should be fine. But yeah, that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've read any of these books, or if you're taking part in any of the read-alongs, the challenges, or whatever. I'd love to know. I'll also leave a link down below to all of my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics, and is currently being filled with WandaVision stuff. So if you do want to hear more about the Young Avengers, Wanda's Vision, anybody else like that, please do check it out down below. And if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time, everyone, bye!